Hello, everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we will talk a bit about international relations, involving one of the greatest heads of state the world has ever seen, President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. World is better with Brazil in it, says U.S. Deputy Secretary of State about the Lula government. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Brian A. Nichols dodges questions about aggressive statements made by Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva, PT, regarding the United States. As the top American authority for the Americas, Nichols prefers to highlight the new role Brazil has played in the international stage since the inauguration of the leftist leader nearly 6 months ago. Lula came to power promising to put the country back on the world map, following 4 years of Jair Bolsonaro's PL administration, and since then, he has held dozens of meetings with world leaders such as American Joe Biden, Chinese Xi Jinping, and German Olaf Scholz. He has also strained relations with American allies after stating his intention to negotiate peace in the Ukraine conflict and that the U.S. should stop promoting the conflict. This position was publicly criticized by the White House as echoing Russian discourse. "We won't always agree on everything, but the world is better with Brazil in it," says Nichols in an exclusive interview with BBC News Brazil at his office in the U.S. Department of State building in Washington, D.C. However, Nichols does not fail to mention that Lula's claim of there being a narrative about the dictatorial nature of Nicolás Maduro's regime in Venezuela is not a fair characterization of what is happening in the country. He emphasizes that the Brazilian statement was refuted by both Chilean leader Gabriel Boric and Uruguayan Luis Alberto Lacalle Pou. Nevertheless, he states that Brazil continues to be an important actor in negotiating a democratic solution for the Venezuelan people. Pressured by China's advances in Latin America and maintaining erratic relationships with two of its main historical allies in the region, Mexico and Colombia, the U.S. sees Brazil under Lula as a great opportunity to regain influence in the region and advance Biden's global priorities, such as promoting democracy and combating climate change. The deputy secretary praised the very good chemistry between Biden and Lula. However, he ruled out the possibility of the U.S. negotiating a free trade agreement with Mercosur similar to the treaty the bloc is negotiating with Europe. Nichols highlights environmental cooperation between the U.S. and Brazil as a high point in the bilateral relationship, although the $500 million promised by the Biden administration to the Amazon Fund have not yet been approved by Congress. "I am confident that we will be able to secure the resources we need from Congress," assures Nichols, without specifying how this negotiation will take place. This is an excerpt from the meeting between Lula and Biden, spoken in Portuguese by President Lula and translated into English by his interpreter, where he emphasizes the importance of addressing the climate issue worldwide.
Mundial mais forte.
So that we can build a world governance that will be
Porque
more
a questão
strong.
climática,
Because the climate change
se não tiver uma governança global
if we don't
forte
have a strong global governance
que tome decisões,
that can make decisions
que todos os países sejam
and
obrigados
that
a
all
cumprir,
countries should abide to.
se nós não tivermos, não vai dar certo.
If we don't do that, it's not going to work.
Eu não sei qual é o fórum,
I don't know what form
não sei se é na ONU,
I don't know if it's at
não
the
sei se é no
UN,
G20,
or it's at the
não sei se é no
G20
G8,
or the G8
mas
meetings.
alguma coisa
But
nós temos que
something
fazer
we have to try
para que a gente obrigue os
so
países,
that we can oblige the
o
countries,
nosso Congresso,
our national
os nossos
Congress,
empresários
our business sector,
a acatar
that they
decisões
should abide
que
to
nós
the decisions
tomamos
that we
a
make
níveis globais.
at a global reference.
Se isso não
If this
acontecer,
doesn't happen, Mr.
a nossa
President,
discussão
all our
sobre a
discussion
questão climática
on climate change
ficará muito prejudicada.
will be suffer great damage.
E eu acho que nós não temos muito tempo.
And I don't think we have much time.
Urgentemente,
It's urgent.
nós precisamos
We need
tomar atitude.
to take an act.
We urgently need to take action. These were the words of President Lula. And what about you? Do you also believe that the United States is not helping the world with the climate issue? Share your opinion in the comments.